we have to watch another one of this person.
Hi.
I do not want to do this. I don't want to. The last time I did this, I freaking got like I flashed like 2 times. Actually, like 6 times. I am never doing this again. Is that Duolingo? Oh my god. What should I watch? I became the most popular in school. That's 2 hours long. I ain't watching that. The nightmare started when I got into high school. No. I hired a criminal as my personal bodyguard. What is this video? What is that? I'll just watch this. Robin Food and Maid Martin, a tale from English folklore.
They'll tell you
Robin good. Wait, I don't know.
I'm a thief, an outlaw, a rebel. All of it's true. But what they miss is the best part. The part when I met her, Maid Marian. Because before her, I was fighting for a cause, sure. Taking from the rich, giving to the poor, but it was just a fight. Marian didn't just join my cause, she transformed it to a crusade. Our greatest enemy was the Sheriff of Nottingham, a man whose unfairly high taxes made life unaffordable for all. I was just a boy when he came for us. My father, a proud...
What is this Disney Disney intro? This is something from like, what's it called? How to Train Your Dragon. You know, it's not right.
An honest farmer couldn't pay the rent after a season of failed crops. His men banged on the door, then dragged us into the street like animals. I was terrified, but my father stood tall.
We've paid our dues every season. A man's worth shouldn't be measured by the gold in his hand, but by his work and his honor.
Honor doesn't pay the sheriff his rent.
My mother begged and pleaded, but they tossed us out and set fire to the fields. I watched everything my family had worked for turn to ash. I swore that night I'd never let anyone feel that powerless again. In my world, the rich lived in their own bubble of luxury and ignored the poor. I never felt guilty robbing them. The noble women were no different, lost in gossip and gowns, and unaware.
You just took someone's swing just by giving them a glass. That's so obvious you could just took some from them. Wouldn't there be cameras? Wait, no, it's probably took place in like the 1800s. Someone still would have noticed.
Aware of the struggles beyond their lavish walls. That's just how it was. Until I met Marian. Disguised as a beggar in the bustling marketplace, I kept my head down. The sheriff's men had plastered wanted posters of me everywhere. Amid the usual chaos, a desperate cry caught my attention. A frail old man who had been caught stealing bread was pinned to the ground by one of the sheriff's brutes, ready for the usual harsh public punishment.
Harsh punishment? He just stole a piece of bread. Couldn't you just get like a fine from stealing bread? Wait, hold on. I just click something. If you steal bread, what happened? I said what happened if you steal bread. If you steal one bread, what happens? Arrested, and I see them pointing swords as it's gonna kill him.
Just as I prepared to intervene, a confident voice interrupted.
Stop that!
The crowd parted, and she stepped forward. At first glance, she seemed like any other noblewoman.
A public beating of an old man for stealing bread?
Yeah.
Have you no mercy?
Kindly go about your business, milady.
I am Lady Marian of Beaumont, and I will not let this man go!
Lord Beaumont was a powerful man, the sheriff's top tax collector and the reason the poor starved. But besides being beautiful, his daughter also had a spark and kindness I'd never seen in a noblewoman before. My heart beat faster than a fiddler's strings. The guard, unsure of what to do, let the beggar go. As she turned to leave, I saw her look at one of my wanted posters.
Be warned, he's one of the most dangerous criminals in all of Nottingham. He says he steals from the rich, but the poor pay the price. More guards roam the streets because of him, which means...
Wait a dang second. If that's him, why didn't no one notice him yet? He's right in the middle of public. He's in the middle of public and they're still not seeing him. This is so stupid.
Higher taxes and more punishments. He thinks he's helping, but he makes it worse.
I watched her go, assuming I would never see her again. It wasn't my place to think of her, for I was betrothed to a woman I didn't love. It was a match arranged for peace between families that my heart had no part in, nor hers. But still, I couldn't help telling my loyal merry men of my encounter with the compelling Lady Marian.
You're smitten by someone from the Beaumont family?
Who's he? Who's he? This is my How to Train Your Dragon type characters. They look like someone that would be in Robin? Said Marilyn and I instantly realized that's Robin Hood. Robin Hood? That sounds familiar. Hold on. I knew it. He did sound familiar. It's whatever this guy is. Okay, so it's based off this guy.
She might have a sweet face, but her heart and loyalty will always be with her family coin.
He's right, my friend. Temptation comes in many forms. She'll lead you to heaven first, and then straight to your doom.
Trust me, Robin. I've seen it before. Her world and ours, a distant shore.
Despite my friend's warnings, I couldn't shake her from my thoughts. That very night, as fate would have it, I would see her again, and everything would change. It was an ideal night for stealing. The sheriff's grand party would keep the nobles busy, the perfect place to show off their riches. I sneaked through the back of a grand estate into the kitchen and quietly took what I could.
Okay, hold on.
I sneaked through the back of a grand estate into the kitchen.
You just have a... Why would they just have a... Hold on, somebody just texted me. What's Gmail texting me for? Is it Reddit? No, it's TikTok. Why does it have a random window open in the middle of a literal party for witches? That has to be a trap.
And quietly took what I could. But upstairs, as I reached for an ornate necklace, I sensed someone else was in the room.
You're Robin Hood, aren't you? The dangerous criminal?
I turned slowly and knew exactly who it was. And there she stood, Lady Marian, bow drawn, an arrow pointed at my chest, the same fire in her eyes that I'd seen in the marketplace.
If someone hated ads, here's what they would do. Day one, they'd install the free ad blocker extension from Capital.
I put my hands up. I mean you no harm, and I am no criminal. I steal.
But if you steal thousands of dollars, wait, hold on. He was in the middle of stealing something, and that somehow says that he's not a criminal. Guys, let him go. He's not a criminal.
I mean you no harm, and I am no criminal. I steal back what they've already taken from us.
I knew you'd come. I was waiting for you or one of your merry men.
Knew it.
I knew the banquet would be the perfect distraction.
Clever. Well, I hope the reward is worth it.
You think that stealing trinkets and silverware is helping your cause? Maybe in the short term, but you need a better, longer plan if you are to win.
I don't remember asking for your advice, my lady. Go back to your silks and oysters where you belong. This is not your fight.
It's only a matter of time before the sheriff catches you. And then what will the poor do? Ever thought of that?
I couldn't believe her cheek.
Wait, hold on. Who's the main character? Is it him? Because, hold on. Wasn't I hired a criminal.
Hi.
And the criminal was... If the criminal is this guy, then... Would she be the main character? Or he? I'm confused.
But deep down, I knew she was right. Well, it looks like I've been caught. So you tell me.
I don't want to turn you in, Robin. I have a plan. You're stealing from the wrong places. The real wealth isn't in these houses. It's in the vault beneath the castle. The taxes collected from the poor.
What?
Now I see it. You're insane.
Yep.
How am I supposed to get into a steel vault?
Why, Robin, it's simple. I'll get the key.
I was shocked. Her plan.
You're just giving someone money to steal from a bank. What am I watching? You're a little princess and you're allowing him to steal money. Oh my God.
Was bold, yes, and brilliant. But I was hesitant. And why should I trust you?
Because it's my fight too. I've watched my family grow fat while others starve. I've seen food wasted on dogs while people beg for scraps. I've seen the sheriff's men drag families from their homes, beat them for a few missed coins, and I've had enough.
But if you get caught, you'd be an out.
What?
Ugh. None of these work for me.
Okay.
Law, and your betrayal will never be forgiven.
I don't want forgiveness. I want change.
Her words struck me hard, as if she had shot me in the heart with her arrow. I saw my own past flash before my eyes, the night my family was thrown out by the sheriff's men. The fields burned, our home reduced to ash. Marion wasn't just a noblewoman playing rebel. She meant every word. Then so be it. Finally, she lowered her bow, and for the first time, we smiled at each other. I was captivated by her, and knew it wasn't just her plan I was falling for. It was her. Together, we could ignite a change far greater than anything I could ever achieve alone. We arranged to meet the next night that night, and I ran straight to the merry men, eager to explain my plan.
You don't even know him for that long, and you already. I don't even know this guy for that long, and she's already making him do all that.
But they were less trusting.
She's not here for the people, Robin. This is just her rebelling against her father.
Her heart's burning with anger, not justice. The fire can consume us all if we're not careful.
It's a clever plan, I'll grant you, but don't easily place your trust. When it's her or your head, she'll leave you for dust.
It took me a while to convince them, and even then, I knew they were placing their faith in me, not Marion. And my heart believed in her, but my mind couldn't silence the doubts. What if it was all a setup? But I decided to brush all negative thoughts away and focus on the task ahead. Marion planned to steal the vault keys from her father and leave them in the sheriff's castle library. We'd sneak in at dusk, steal the treasure, and vanish without a trace. But before I set out that night, I wanted to see my betrothed.
I'm still singing.
It didn't feel right committing to her when I couldn't shake Marion from my mind. I'm sorry, but we can no longer wed. I will ensure your family is provided for. You'll never want for anything, I swear it. But she was outraged. This wasn't about love. It was about pride, the humiliation of being cast aside.
Love? What do you mean? Wasn't this whole thing just to rob the bank and rob the castle thing and that's it?
I thought I'd done the right thing, but I had no idea what her wrath would lead to. Later, the merry men and I arrived at the estate. We crept through the garden toward the library. My heart pounded in my chest, not just from the risk of the mission, but because I was placing all my trust in Marion. But when we reached the library and looked where she told me to, my heart sank. The keys weren't there.
I knew it.
Had something gone wrong? Suddenly, we heard footsteps, voices. We ducked behind a heavy curtain just as the door swung open. It was Marion and her father.
I must say, Marion, this is a pleasant surprise. You've never shown much interest in my line of work before.
Yes, Father. I thought it was time to understand more about our holdings. See things through your eyes.
Was this all part of her plan? Did she need more time?
I knew it.
But then, the unmistakable sound of clanking armor echoed down the hall. The door burst open. This time, guards flooded the room.
Start the search! We've received word that Robin Hood is in the castle.
My heart dropped. I was desperate to believe Marion hadn't betrayed us. But it wasn't long before they ripped back the curtain and found us. I was dragged out in front of Marion and her father. As the guards bound my wrists, I caught her eyes. I begged her silently. Say something. Do something. But she just stood there.
Marion, you're witnessing history. The most notorious outlaw in all of Nottingham, finally caught. You'll never have to worry about this scum again once you take over from me. Isn't it magnificent?
I held my breath, waiting for Marion to intervene. But she just looked away.
Yes, Father. Justice.
What?
Intervene. But she just
What is he doing? What is he doing?
looked away.
Yes, Father. Justice must be served to criminals.
Oh my god.
And may I have your coat, please? I'm cold.
Her words hit me like a dagger to the chest.
I knew it.
And as they dragged me away, I felt the sting of betrayal burn deeper than any wound I had ever known. They soon threw me and the merry men into a cell.
Well, I warned you. Nobles only look out for themselves. We're gonna be hanged for this. But we'll be together till the end, brother.
We are all tested with
You're not mad at him? If I was a criminal and I got caught because my friend was the reason why I'm even arrested, I'm mad at him. I'm killing him.
betrayal, but it is through forgiveness that we find salvation. Pray for strength and for Marion.
Our mission will live on, no matter our fate. The people will rise one day. They will not hesitate.
What? I don't want a Nintendo Switch.
Felt like a crushed man in that cold, damp cell. When I heard the sound of footsteps getting closer, I braced myself for the next cruel twist. But there before us stood Marion. Before I could speak, she threw a set of guard uniforms at us and started to let us out.
Put these on. Now!
We all dressed, and the merry men soon fled, disappearing free into the night. My heart was pounding as I followed her down a corridor to follow them out the castle. I thought you handed us over.
No, you were followed to the castle. I saw it happening but couldn't warn you. Then I realized you getting caught was the only way to distract them. They'd celebrate your capture and leave the vault unguarded. It's the perfect opportunity.
No, Marion. We need to leave now. You'll be free from all this.
We came here to take back what belongs to the people, and I have the keys.
She lifted the keys she'd taken from her father's coat, the very same she'd asked for warmth in the library.
This is our chance, Robin. We can't let them win.
But if they catch us...
The poor have no one else.
Her words pierced my doubt, and I followed her, deeper into the belly of the castle. We reached the underground chamber, which was unguarded just as Marion had said, and she unlocked the door. We walked over to the vault door at the back, and she unlocked that too. I turned its handle, but it wouldn't budge and kept slipping from my grasp. As I struggled, Marion stepped forward and placed her hands over mine.
Your hands are trembling.
What?
Here, let me help you.
Oh my god.
Our eyes locked
Ow, something got
briefly
my eye.
as we pushed down on the handle together, and the door clicked open. We soon filled sacks with coins and gold, our hearts racing. But just as we were about to leave, laughter and voices carried down the hall. And it was none other than Lord Beaumont and the Sheriff of Nottingham.
Let us take what we can before the celebrations end.
The king won't miss what he doesn't know exists. Only you and I know the amount of cash and gold we really have here.
We quickly shoved the bags behind a pillar, but we had nowhere to run. Just then they entered, and Lord Beaumont hastily hid a sack behind his back.
Guards, what are you doing inside? Wait! The vault! It's open!
Lord Beaumont drew out his sword.
Show yourself!
I was thinking about how to tackle him and the sheriff when suddenly, Marion stepped forward calmly. I had no idea what she was doing.
What is she doing?
Then she lifted her visor, and the color drained from her father's face.
Marion? What in the world is this madness? What are you doing here?
It's obvious, is it not? How dare you steal from the king?
Isn't that what you were both about to do? But Father, you have it all wrong. I was stopping the robbery.
My heart plummeted.
What?
Would she really do this to me? But when she pushed me down to my knees and handcuffed me, I knew my fate was sealed.
Is that so? But why are you in armor? Looks like a disguise to me.
Father, look at how he doubts my loyalty. I knew all the guards would be drunk and busy in celebration, so I came here in armor to do my duty. And I found this thief here in armor too.
Such a... what's her name? Such a traitor, bro. do my water bottle I made, but it fell on my bed instead. I'll do another water bottle. Also does this box. I'm mad.
Which he stole from a guard he attacked earlier. You should be thankful I caught him, because it's none other than Robin Hood.
Marion pulled off my helmet to reveal my face. The sheriff and Lord Beaumont looked shocked, then started laughing.
Marion, I always knew you had the mettle of a true Beaumont. Well done. Excellent work, my girl. You see, Robin Hood, no matter your cunning, you cannot outwit true loyalty.
I desperately tried to make eye contact with her, but she didn't meet my gaze.
Guards! Guards!
Suddenly, Marion kicked my back, and I fell face forward.
No need for them, Father. Look at how pathetic he is. He's in handcuffs and can do no harm. Why don't you check the vault first?
Wait, hold on.
Pathetic he is.
And I fell face forward.
No need for them.
His legs aren't tied, but his hands are. It can't just, what's it called, just, kick her.
Them, Father. Look at how pathetic he is. He's in handcuffs and can do no harm.
Wow.
Why don't you check the vault first and reassure yourselves that everything is in there? I hope I've made you proud.
The sheriff.
Oh wait, I get it now. The moment they go there, she's gonna get up, let him go, not taking them back, don't want it.
Lord Beaumont walked towards the vault as she quietly unlocked my handcuffs.
Knew it.
And the second they were inside, we both rushed to the vault door and pushed all our weight against it, slamming it shut.
Knew it.
As we heard the muffled shouts and cries of the two men inside, Marion quickly locked the vault door, and we walked out of there with the bags of riches and big smiles. That was close. You really had me thinking this might fail.
It was never meant to fail. Not for me.
What do you mean?
The vault was empty days ago. What we loaded into these bags? Fake painted rocks. Tonight wasn't about gold. It was a final farewell to my father and my soon-to-be fiancé.
The sheriff.
Okay, so, what's it called? So where is the money?
So this was...
A trap. I knew the sheriff couldn't resist a quiet raid. I hoped my father would follow. He never trusts anyone with the money. Lucky me. Caught red-handed in an empty vault, with no one to blame but each other. The royals will handle the rest.
You played them.
I played everyone, but I chose you.
She wasn't just escaping her world. She tore it down.
Please no weird ending. Please no weird ending.
Piece by piece.
Oh, and tell Friar Tuck he was wrong. I didn't fall from grace. I burned the palace down first.
At least no weird parts. Kind of, except that one part with
coins and gold.
That part, I hate it. Okay.
Hi, my name is Sasha.
Hi, Sasha. Wait, what's that photo? My evil stepsister catfished me? Okay. Wait, hold on. Never mind. I have a condition. I can't stop lying. Wow. How to tame your sibling. What? Wait, wasn't taming was... I want to see if I read that right. How to never mind. Huh? Demonstrate. What does demonstrate mean? You're keeping your... Ow. I'm back. It didn't open in like 5 seconds. Is that the Grim Reaper? Oh my god. Here. What happens is the elevator opens. Oh my god. This was gonna be a short video since it's only about to be 30 minutes. My real mom adopted me. I shot her another way I chose Duolingo. With love and fried chicken. Of course. I'm turning into a vampire. Full season 1 and season 2 trailer? What? Why'd your boyfriend sleeping with a bike? My parents disappeared and left me with 5 kids. I'm turning into a vampire YouTube TV show. TV show? I thought said Netflix, my bad. My mom is so cheap. That's just an apple slice, bro. That reminds me of that one Mickey show with Goofy and Mickey like slices the bread into like, that small piece or what it's called. How many episodes is this? The day of the heist? 1, 2, 3. That's like a few hours long. I mean, 1 hour and a half. My mom made me get a buzz cut to make my hair grow super fast. Bestie, your hair! How it feels to not have any brother or sister. That thumbnail does not have anything related to that. My parents sent me to an orphanage at 18 that also didn't have it. Mom forgot to name me. Unbelievable. That also didn't have anything related to the thumbnail. My BF's mom. What? I have the weirdest phobia. What's a phobia? Phobia of crying.
Common sense.
Wait, what's the phobia? I ain't reading it. When I was on ice, it felt like I was Never mind. Let's look at our most oldest video. Our style changed so much. I'm gonna see what it looks like. Art style slightly changing. Art style getting better. Art style is getting better. I can tell the art style is getting better. I am unique with. Never mind. Mom's store. Like you can tell the art. I just want AI one. That's AI a little bit. That's definitely a. Is that Boss Baby? Okay. What if I just vlog like a short video of her first.
I was on my way to drop.
Still better than my art.
It didn't even.
She sounds so young. Oh my god. MSA was like this 3 years ago? Wow. I'm watching this in 2024. The editing is so different. I love MSA. Heart emoji. I keep breaking stuff, bro. Come on. Fix it. Never mind. Her, my little sister died. Jonah, my little sister died. Her, I have no sister. I'm the only child. People watching this in 2024, like. What am I looking at? Dating the Fire Princess in Dating the Fire Princess in Minecraft. I'm looking at so many random things. You could have just already skipped the video if you want to. I'm just gonna be me reading at the most random stuff. The Beautiful Olivia MSA mini movie. If it's a mini movie, then why is half her content? Wouldn't this all be a mini movie then? Since they're all like almost 20 minutes long. Every time I hit my desk, basically everything was flying for a second. No, my PC just broke. Oh no. You have dragged a URL into OBS? No. 2 dead crash outs. Sans. Yeah, you sure we should do that? Yeah, why not? Twilight New. Come on. Okay, end of video. Dad only makes F enough. Ugh. Okay, end of video. Bye. Kind of look at my new search history. I'm kidding. This is so random. I want to actually search that up. Okay, end of video actually.